So have you ever pitched an idea that you knew was brilliant, only to be met with a couple of blank stares? Not because your idea was bad, but because they just couldn't see it. Here's the truth that most creatives don't want to hear. If people can't understand your vision, it's not their fault, it's yours. Because being creative isn't just about imagining, it's about communicating. If they can't see it, you didn't show it. Today, we're diving deep into a truth that hits home for every creator, producer, and tech visionary. You're not just here to build something great. You're here to make people believe in it. In this episode, I'll unpack literally why translating your vision is more important than detailing it, how simplifying it makes it more stronger. And we'll discuss the step-by-step strategy to make your vision visible so the next pitch you actually throw actually lands. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Demetrice Jones, a senior AV engineer, creative thinker, tech mentor, and your host for Let's Talk Tech, the podcast where tips, equipment, creativity, and health intersect to help you elevate your skill set, your mindset, and your life behind and beyond the scenes. I know it's a mouthful, but every creative has felt this, that fire in your belly, right? The moment where your idea is crystal clear in your head, the colors, the movement, the story, everything is just clicking. All right, so you walk into a pitch meeting, all right? And as you begin to talk, something strange begin to happen. Their eyes get glazed over, they nod politely, and then they hit you with this, I'm not quite sure I see it. I know, it stings, right? But I want to just let you know, it's not rejection. It's more so a reality check. Here's why. Simplicity always wins. Here's what most of us mess up with. When we're excited, we overload. We throw in every buzzword, every detail, every genius layer of the plan. We try to prove our value by showing complexity. But the human brain, well, most human brain doesn't crave complexity. Mine's gonna do. But instead, it craves clarity. You see, simplicity isn't about dumbing down. It's about leveling up your communication. Imagine pitching a new app, right? And then you start out by saying it leverages and enhances the interface paradigms for seamless engagement. Yeah, sounds pretty impressive, right? Yeah. So, but watch, same sentence, just flipped a little bit. Imagine if you said it helps our customers get what they need faster with less frustration. Which one do you think lands and hits harder? I know, right? The latter. Translation should be the number one thing that you focus on. Translation over transmission. I'll say it one more time. Translation over transmission. Our gears are already spinning, right? We have it in our mind. We're locked in. We know exactly what it's going to take to get it done. But you have to think translation over transmission. Your job isn't just to explain, it's to translate. And translation starts with, I know this is a big word, empathy. Know who you're talking to. What do they care about? What keeps them up at night? What gets them excited, right? And then once you figure that out, speak their language, not your language. Let's say you know for a fact that the people that you're presenting to or the person that you have to sell this to, right, is going to Comic-Con real soon. I will be dropping everything I know or I would study up on Comic-Con, and I would just begin to infuse. Let's say, Beyonce's coming into town and they have tickets. Everything I say, just about, not everything, but I would drop little small nuggets within the conversation to let them know that Beyonce would do. Or when you go to the show and you see, I know, I'm giving you some true little gems, right? But if you're pitching to a marketing director, talk about the reach. If you're pitching to a CEO, talk about impact. Trust me, listen, if you're pitching to a pastor, I got you on lockdown. Here we go. Talk about souls, service, and the worship experience. And just don't talk, right? So I'll give you a prime example. I remember one year while getting prepared for what I call a CMEN day, right? That's Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter, New Year's Eve. These are all major services that a lot of people come to. So for me, those are like Super Bowl days to where I want to make sure that we have a major impact to help change and alter the souls that come to sit in the seats and watch abroad. But I remember one particular year, we're on a call leading up to it, leading up to New Year's Eve. And I remember I asked a question, hey guys, are we doing anything special for New Year's Eve? And I was like, no, not really. All right, cool, no problem. After some time, I thought about it. I said, you know what? We need to make sure that when they walk in the door, they see something different. I'm not saying paint the whole entire sanctuary black. I'm not saying, let's get a fog. I had this idea in my mind, right? So this is what I did. First, I went to go talk to the finance team. I got them on board easily because I said, hey, do we have, let's say, a couple $1,000 to do X, Y, and Z? Immediately, no, Demetrice, we don't have that. So then I say, all right, cool. What if I front the bill and then you guys like take care of me on the back end? Got an instant yes. All right, here we go. I then proceed on the next call to say, hey guys, I have an idea. We can do this, and this for New Year's Eve night. Eyes glazed over. That's a great idea, Demetrice. We love it. Oh my God, that is amazing for next year. And I'm like, but we have a small window. All right, cool. Okay, cool, no problem. Had this idea. I left work early, went to church, literally stood in the one particular spot where I know I would get a good shot, took a picture of the sanctuary, went home. And this is what leads me to my next point. I did a mock-up. I literally drew it out for them, right? And then after I did that, on the next call, I said, hey guys, just FYI, this is what I had in mind. They went from, Demetrice, that's an excellent idea for next year, to let's get it done. And then when I told them that I already talked to the finance team and they were on board, I had 2 weeks to pull off everything that I had in mind. I know it took, I'm talking about printing a 30-foot by 8-foot banner, right? Designing it, printing it, getting the poles, getting moving lights and everything. I had all of that in mind, but I knew if I was going to actually see it come into existence, I had to do a mock-up, and I just tell them about it, or show them about it. People believe what they can see. I know. And so this is important because as you do what you do, no matter what field you may be in, whether you have your own company, whether you are in the AV space within a corporate arena, whether you are a volunteer on the media department, whatever it is, the bridge that we must build is the gap between brilliant, creative mind and somewhere of a practical thinker, right? We have to juggle and bridge the gap, right? It's about perspective. So you're just not an idea person, right? You are a bridge builder. Every pitch, every meeting, every brainstorm is an opportunity to close that particular gap. I know. And when you do it well, that blank stare turns into a head nod, head nod turns into a buy-in, and a buy-in turns into action, and then you can go into transmission mode. So this is a step-by-step suggestion, right? Show, don't just say. Let this be a reminder that you don't need to do anything outside of the norm, but your vision doesn't need more details. It needs more translation. Don't get caught up in trying to sound smart. Nope, don't do that. And don't get obsessed with being understood. They don't understand me. They would never understand you. I think Kendrick Lamar said it best. Sometimes you got to pop up and just, okay, I'm done. So the spotlight, right? The spotlight isn't waiting on your brilliance. It's waiting on your clarity. If they can't see it, show them. All right, here we go. I'm done for this particular episode. This episode wasn't just for the creatives, but it was for the translators, the ones who build bridges between vision and reality. I know, I got this idea, or I saw this, or I know I get it. But you literally have to focus on translating it, not just the transmission, right? And if that's you, right? For those who are great at translating your ideas, keep showing up. Keep refining your message. Keep showing them what they can't see. That's the most important part. If you can think it, put it in paper, right? Put it on paper or design it or do a mock-up of it, right? And without question, I got to stop by saying, thanks for rocking with me today. If I spoke to you, share it with your crew. Rate it, review it, and most importantly, don't just create, communicate. Let's keep building together. Until next time, keep shining and keep showing up strong, because your voice, your vision, and your vibe matters. See you next time.